So I had an interesting conversation with my 13-year-old daughter this week about advertising, because it came to the point where I said to her, she's got Instagram, she's got Facebook, she's just gone on to those.
Yeah.
And she said she was searching for rings, because she wants a bit of jewellery. Not because she's getting married, right? Not yet. But she was searching for some rings and jewellery, and she said to me, Dad, look, I've got literally all these ads coming up now for jewellery. The bigger thing I think you said to me was about the way social and ads are affecting the way people grow up.
Yeah.
Or, even, well, tell me a bit about you, because you've had conversations as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a 16-year-old daughter, as well as a couple of early 20-year-olds, and it's interesting to see the difference between them. So I kind of know where you're coming from on this. One of the things that I find really quite scary, to be honest, for the future, is the way that all of this targeting that's happening online is kind of changing people's views of the world, if you like, or it's restricting people's views of the world. What I mean by that is, we all know that the internet is based on monetizing data, so it's all based on clicks, and that's why we have clickbait. The more clicks that you make on something, the more money someone out on the internet makes. So it's all about getting clicks. That's what everything is about in this new world online.
Yeah.
The problem with that is that if, let's say, just for sake of example, let's say I'm some right-wing Nazi with white fundamentalist beliefs, misogynist, etc., etc. I'm a Trump supporter, actually.
Oh, right.
But anyway, we'll come away from that. If that's the kind of person I am, the stuff that I'm going to click on tends to be stuff that I'm interested in, my worldview, which is a right-wing fascist kind of view of the world. So as stuff gets pushed to me, I'm going to start clicking the stuff that looks relevant to me, white supremacist, etc., etc. And all of the companies out there who are making millions and millions of pounds through monetizing the data, through targeting ads, are going to start pushing more and more of that kind of content to me, be it products or be it news. And news is a thing that really
reinforcing your view.
And reinforcing my view, exactly that. If, on the other hand, I was the opposite, let's say I was a left-wing kind of socialist, again, the same thing's going to happen. The content that gets pushed through to me, not that I've openly gone out on some survey and said, I'm left-wing or I'm right-wing, but because everything that I do online is being tracked and monetized, it means the targeting, which is done predominantly through AI, through artificial intelligence, these incredibly clever computer programs, are basically working out that I am right-wing or left-wing, or whichever way I am.
Yeah.
And then the ads start coming. And it's not just product, I say, it's content and it's news, particularly that really,
and opinions.
Whereas news and opinions.
Yeah.
So all I'm going to get fed is stuff that just reinforces my view over and over and over again. And I don't get a balanced view of the world. Whereas in the old days, before the days of the internet,
you made your own decisions.
You made your own decisions, but you got input across a whole range. So you might get right-wing views, left-wing views, centralist views, all kinds of stuff coming in, and you made your own.
But that's where these kids are living in their phones.
Exactly,
literally living. They're living for likes, liking that content, liking it. And what you're saying is, well, my daughter, I said to her, do you enjoy getting those ads? Yeah, I do. Yeah. That's what I want. And I went, it's not what you want. I went, because that is changing you fundamentally, or it has the ability to do that. And she didn't understand that. She's not old enough to understand that yet. Yeah. But in your example, if there was a campaign by right-wing fundamentalists targeted at 13 to 15-year-old girls concertedly, what could happen then?
It could utterly change. Utterly, absolutely. I mean, I mentioned I've got a couple of older daughters who are early 20s, and just to make it topical, going back to the election, they, as most of the younger people in the country, were right or wrong, were predominantly kind of voting or following, should I say, Corbyn and Labour. And when they got absolutely mullered at the election, my daughters, both of them, were really amazed. They were really like, I mean, they kept saying, Dad,
how can that happen?
Because everything that I've said, this is what they're saying to me, everything that I've seen for the last 6 months tells me Corbyn, Labour, New World, that, you know, how did they lose? And that's because all they ever got was that content. They didn't get any of the right.
They were not the people that were feeding it out, were they?
Exactly that.
Yeah.
Now, without a doubt, had one of my children been the other side, you know, been conservative leaning, without a doubt, their worldview that they were getting over the last 6 months, same time frame, would have been completely different. It would have been pushing all the conservative views. So, because they're so siloed, if you like, they just don't get, because they're not looking across other media forms, they're not getting a wide range of opinions and views coming in. And it's a real issue, I think, for all societies, as online becomes, you know...
It's dangerous though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It stops people's worldviews. I think it makes people far less liberal. I don't mean liberal in the political sense. It polarises
people as well.
That's the word.
Yeah.
It polarises people perfectly. Exactly that.
Yeah.
It's a real danger going forward. And once again, what's the fundamental reason for it? It's because the internet is based on big corporate businesses monetizing, using, raping and pillaging,
taking away your choice.
And basically they're just in there to make money. And they're making money by really causing issues to society with the way that whole business model works. It's a real difficult one for the future, and I haven't got an answer. I don't know where it goes, but it scares me. It really does worry me.
Yeah, be interesting to see how it washes out.
Yeah, it certainly will be. It certainly will be.